Hi everyone, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. As always, it's my pleasure to be back with you guys. Well, today I have the English version of the previous video I uploaded. I know I was delayed a little bit, but as I explained before on another video, I have been extremely busy, working very hard, but I always have you guys in mind and always know that I have to bring you some new contents. Today I will be speaking to you guys about the different modalities that spiritual workers use to provide you guys with an accurate spiritual reading. Spiritual workers, meaning medium spiritists, I include myself, use mainly the tarot cards. I use the Spanish cards to do my readings. Also, a medium can also use the playing cards. These are the cards that the madamas used to use many years ago to do readings. I can read those, and I can read these. These are the Spanish cards. These are the ones I use, but I also include in my readings, I have my glass of water with my candle. There are certain times when I do not use the cards. I only use the glass of water. For guidance of my spirits, I use the glass of water and the candle. There are ways of blessing the water. There are ways of blessing the candle and asking the spirit guides for guidance for us to be able to see clearly. I mean, this is the way that I learned from my spirit guides. They taught me a way to bless it. A lot of people ask me, how do you read the cards? Can you teach me how to read the cards? And I answer them honestly, I cannot. It's impossible for me to teach how to read the Spanish cards or the tarot cards. And the reason why is, many years ago, one of my metresas, in my Spanish video I said Aloha, but I was referring to one of my metresas from the 21 division that appeared to me in a dream, showed me these cards, taught me how to bless them, and the prayers to say prior to a reading when I'm going to read a client. And after that, I purchased the cards. I did as I was taught, and I opened the cards, and it was like I was turning on a TV screen. I was able to see everything, and it has been like that since then. Through our third eye, we're able to see the visions that the spirits are showing us. It's like a screen, a TV screen, and the glass of water as a screen also becomes a screen for us mediums, us clairvoyants, and we will see there whatever it is going on or happening in a person's life, anything from the past that may be affecting their present, anything in the future, and so forth. So mainly the cards are a focus point. The cards do not say anything. They really do not say anything. They are a focus point for us, so we will not get distracted. After you have many years of experience, and if you're a medium, you do not necessarily need the tarot cards. You do not need the glass of water or the candles. There are moments where I bump into a person and the spirits just tell this person this and this and that, and I could just tell them, because immediately we connect with their aura, and then we just go telling them whatever the spirit guide tells us to tell them. So there's a saying that a medium is a psychic, but a psychic is not a medium. And the reason why is because mediums are able to connect with the spirit worlds. Mediums are able to connect with those that have crossed over, and we're able to do so many things. We're clairvoyant, we're intuitive. It's like all the abilities are opened to a medium. Some psychics are not able to hear the spirits. Some are. It depends on the gift of the person, honestly. When I do a reading, like I said, I use my Spanish cards, but sometimes I just use the glass of water and the candle, and my spirits just bring me images. I see the images in the glass of water and the candle, and I also hear my spirits. I feel them, they're around me, and they pass on the messages to pass on to the client. A santero uses the cowrie shells. This a santero receives, after their initiation, they receive the cowrie shells. They go through some training to learn how to read the cowrie shells. My godfather was incredible reading the correspondence. I mean, till this day, I have never ever met anyone that was so accurate and good at what he did. But the cowrie shells are basically the mouth of the orishas. They are prepared in secret ways, and when a santero reads the cowrie shells, certain number combinations come up, and they go writing them down. And after the reading, they go through everything, the messages that the orishas are giving to the client. I do not know much about the cowrie shells. I've never learned how to read them because I'm not a santera, as I always state. I'm just speaking about the different tools that us spiritual workers use to provide you with an accurate spiritual reading. Here are the tarot cards. This is the Rider tarot cards. I rarely use these. I mainly use the Spanish cards, so just my glass of water and the candle to provide you guys with the reading. But most psychics use the tarot cards, and mainly the Rider's tarot cards. I believe those are easier. They come with a book, but I think nothing is the same for everybody. That is why I feel that it's very hard to teach somebody to read the tarot cards, because you cannot go by the book. I mean, the message for one person is not the same for everybody else. So if you go by the book that comes with the tarot cards, you're going to be giving everyone the same message. And that's why it's so important to be connected with your spirit guides, to develop that connection with your spirit guides. And if you do have the ability, the gift, if you do have the gift of mediumship, it's important to develop it prior to you starting providing the service of readings to the public. I believe you should develop your gift properly, learn how to protect yourself, learn how to cleanse yourself. As you guys know, I'm always about cleansing, because it's very important to prepare yourself and protect yourself prior to a reading, and also to cleanse yourself after a reading. Otherwise, you're going to carry that energy from the previous client to the next client, and what can happen is, as you giving the reading, there are going to be several similarities coming out in the person's reading, and you're going to say, but that's the same thing I told the other client. And the reason why is because you didn't cut that energy, and you didn't cleanse yourself of that energy. You have to cut that connection with every client that you read once you finish. I always recommend that if you have read a client that had very heavy negative energy on them, that you always have your jinx remover there, cleanse yourself, and to remove that energy from you. Otherwise, you're going to feel very uncomfortable after that reading, and sometimes not even able to read the other client. This is a new product that I have, that I use, and this, after I finish with a client and I cut the energy, I spray myself with this. This is to cleanse my aura. This is an aura cleanser. So what I do is I spray myself with this, and I cleanse my aura of that whatever energy I had absorbed from the client, and then I proceed to continue with the other client. Always, I advise that always give yourself at least a half an hour between readings, and the reason why is, one, to cleanse yourself and to ground yourself, and just to release anything that you have absorbed, and make sure that you close that reading. Anytime you read a client, anytime you finish reading a client, close that reading, and because, like I said, you're going to bring whatever residue from that other reading into the new reading. So it's very important to keep all those things in mind for you guys that are developing as mediums, and to always protect yourself. When during a reading, cover your head. When I'm doing a sitting, connecting with those that have crossed over, I do not necessarily cover my head. But when I'm doing a spiritual reading with my cards or the glass of water and the candle, I do always cover my head. This is a form of protection. Now you might notice that I'm not wearing a scarf as often as you go on and your aura becomes stronger and you become spiritually stronger, you do not need to wear your scarf as often. Only wear it if I'm going into large crowds. Otherwise, if I'm in a place where I know the energy is not going to be negative, it's not going to feel uncomfortable, then I don't wear it. But if you're going to be in a place, like I said, with large crowds that you do not know what kind of people you're mingling with, cover your head just to be safe and protected, and always have your little spiritual pack with you so you can cleanse yourself, because it can get very uncomfortable. If you're in a place and you absorb some negative energy, you're just going to want to leave. If you feel too uncomfortable, yes, leave. If you don't, then just cleanse yourself and go on enjoying yourself. But this is just some advice for those on the path to developing their gifts and are planning to work as spiritual workers. Those that are planning to initiate Santeria, I do not go much into detail about that because I am not a Santera. But what they use, the tools that they use, consultation is the cowrie shells. Psychics use the tarot. Mediums, we use the Spanish reading cards, and we use the glass of water and the candle, and sometimes just the connection with spirits. That is all we need, and that is the most important thing to strengthen your connection with spirit, because the messages come from them. They do not come from these tools. They come from our spirit guides. They pass on the messages to us. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. If you have, do not forget to like, share, and subscribe to my channel. I like to welcome all those new viewers. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do so below. Also click the notification bell so you can be notified of all my new videos. God bless you, and love and light to you all.